I was on a road trip by myself, driving a couple thousand miles, headed east to see my grandma and my nieces and nephews' smiles. After 2 long days of driving in my trusty Toyota Corolla, I stopped and camped for the night on the west end of North Dakota. I woke up nice and early and I packed up my campsite. I knew that I could make it to my grandma's house that night. I had to get to Iowa, still a couple states away, but not too many folks were out on I-94 that day. Something that you might not know, I do like driving fast, especially in the open west where it's empty and it's vast. Exceeding the speed limit is something in which I consider myself quite skilled. For me, even just a little speed can make my whole life feel more fulfilled. So many different landscapes, so many places to discover. Time is money and money is time. There's so much ground to cover. I was driving between 90 and 100 miles per hour, thinking about the evening and a long-awaited shower. I was listening to music. My left arm was looking tan. Just then, from out of nowhere, I got passed by a minivan. He made his way around me. Together, the two of us sped. I wasn't too far behind him, and then I was way up ahead. Our leapfrog game went on for hours, traveling around the same speed. I'd pass him, and then he'd pass me, and then I'd reclaim the lead. I was making amazing time, and I just passed the van again. I called my mom and told her how my trip so far had been. I told her everything was fine. I was flying through North Dakota. My mom said, "You can't drive that way when you get to Minnesota." All of a sudden, I noticed a police car on the westbound side. I saw his brake lights come on, and at that point, I could have died. He drove across the median, and I slowed down to 75. I moved over into the right lane, and I just continued to drive. My heart was pounding in my chest, and I saw his blue lights flashing. I was in for so much more than just a run-of-the-mill tongue lashing. I wanted to get out of there, if only I could teleport. I didn't want to have to return just because I had to go to court. I saw him in my mirror. He was gaining on me fast. Then, to my bewilderment, the minivan blew past. The highway cop blew past me next, and the minivan got pulled over. What was happening right now? Was there an alien takeover? It completely took me by surprise. The van seemed to come from nowhere. I guess I'd just gotten so used to him, I completely forgot he was there. The magic I just witnessed was so far beyond belief. That minivan had saved my day, and I felt a huge relief. I don't believe in miracles, but what happened that day was close. Actually, with the van, I had a 50-50 chance, I suppose. I got to my grandma's at 7 and took a few moments to unload. I was finally there at last, after 3 splendid days on the road. I always love a road trip if I have the time to take it, especially if it means that I might find a rule and break it.